Hey guys, Sam from Baller Barbecue here. Today I'm making char siu with a little bit of a difference on my Pit Boss pellet grill. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, really helps me out, and you won't miss out on any future videos. Alright, so let's get into this char siu. So first up, I'm gonna make the marinade for this char siu. So in a bowl, I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of hoisin sauce, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of rice wine vinegar or dry sherry if you haven't got the vinegar, a tablespoon of honey, 1/2 tablespoon of garlic powder, and traditionally char siu uses 5-spice powder, but today I'm going to use a 5-spice barbecue pork rub from Raptor Naturals. Now this rub has 5-spice in it. It has maple powder, it has ginger, fennel and paprika, and it's really going to make this recipe just explode with flavour. So if you haven't heard of Raptor rubs, they're made here in New Zealand, ground fresh from local and imported ingredients. So the flavours you get from these rubs are just amazing. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can go and check out their website. They've got their whole lineup of rubs and sauces, and they've also got some recipes there you can try out as well. So go check them out. So to this marinade, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of that Raptor rub, the 5-spice barbecue pork. And then I'll give it a good mix up. Once that's all mixed up, I'll put it aside. Oops, and I forgot, you're going to need to put in a tablespoon of brown sugar in there as well. Okay, and now we're going to need to mix that up again. And we'll put it aside, and this time we'll get on to the pork. So today I'm using a pork belly for this char siu. I find the fat in the pork belly really goes nicely, and it just makes this char siu absolutely incredible. So what I'll do first is trim off all that skin and any of that fat, like the big heavy fat underneath the skin. I'm going to trim that off as well. And now I'll cut the pork belly in half. This will really let the marinade and the smoke penetrate into that meat. And we'll put that in the marinade and flip it around, make sure that it's completely covered in the marinade. And then you just want to go ahead and put it in the refrigerator for 1 to 3 hours or overnight if you can. I'm using a Food Saver vacuum marinator, so marinating in this thing takes a fraction of the time. So once that pork's done marinating, I'll take it out of the marinade and just let it drip off a little bit, get rid of any of that excess marinade, and I'll set the remaining marinade aside. Now I'm going to take more of that Raptor Rubs 5-spice barbecue pork, and I'm just going to coat these things in that rub, and that's going to really make those flavours pop. Alright, so now we'll take it out to the grill. So here I've got the Pit Boss set up to 175 degrees, and I'm using oak pellets in there today. So now I'll just place the pork on the grill, and I'm going to do it 30 minutes each side. And while that's cooking, I'm just going to baste it with that remaining marinade. And I'll just baste it a few times while it cooks. And then after the 30 minutes, I'll flip it over and do the same to the other side for another 30 minutes. Alright, so this char siu is looking awesome. Starting to get that nice charred crispiness on the outside. So we'll take it inside and cut it up. Alright guys, so here it is. Looks really good. Still nice and juicy, but it has got that nice char on the outside. It's nice and sticky. That glaze that we've been putting on has really helped create that sticky sweetness on the outside. So what I'll do is just cut this up into fairly big slices. Now you can either eat it as is, or serve it over steamed rice with some Asian greens. Alright, so that's pork char siu with a little bit of a twist. That 5-spice barbecue pork rub from Raptor Rubs, really making this thing just awesome. It adds heaps of flavour, and it helps create that nice crispiness on the outside of the pork. That marinade, adding the sweetness and the stickiness, this thing is just incredible and I cannot wait to eat it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, and then you won't miss out on any future videos. And we'll see you again next time.